hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Any up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty talking about, oh. I'm on that now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Any up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty talking about, oh. I'm on that now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the sky's the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been ducked off, getting in my new merch, color duck sauce on the new couch with my Chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a hawk guy on the ball cat, get the out of my face.
Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
We don't give a what, that's what they don't understand. Welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother DMG, the poet, aka Brother Pianki. And I don't know if this is gonna be a powerful show, but because it's all about me and what I think. So, usually I got a guest, I got a debate, I got something going on. But I just got something on my mind that I just couldn't shake from the first time I seen the title. And I hit my big bro Sinetta up and I told him, I said, hey, bro, listen, I got to respond to your boy. And I just want to make sure we good. He was like, yeah, man, do your thing. So with that being said, Shakka AHMOSE. Everybody know who Shakka AHMOSE is. And understand, this is a cat who information I used to be into. And if it wasn't for him getting like super disrespectful with my sister Nefertiti, I'd probably still be, all right. No, I wouldn't, because he got some questionable situations going on. But up until the questionable stuff started going on, I probably was still, having a little respect for the brother. But he got real disrespectful with my sister Nefertiti. And I backed up off of anything he had to contribute. This was way before me even thinking about or having thoughts about possibly being a Christian ever again. So this was in the midst of me, being an enemy of faith, so to speak. But Shakka AHMOSE was one of them cats who information I was listening to. And like I said, I seen some really, really disrespectful things he said about my sister Nefertiti. And it kind of showed me his character. So then you fast forward, you get some other things going on, and you like, wow, dude is kind of fugazi. You dig? And that brings us to this past weekend, where I come across a video on my man Sinetta channel, and it says, Shakka AHMOSE, Black Christian women are cancerous to Black men. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to be clear, because I ain't gonna make this personal, but it's personal. But I'm setting the personal stuff aside, because you're looking at a Black man who, if it wasn't for Black Christian women, wouldn't be breathing. Literally, I wouldn't be breathing if it wasn't for, at 16 years old, my Black Christian wife, to be at the time. She wasn't my wife yet. She was 16, but my Black Christian soon-to-be wife telling me if I continue to do the things I was doing as far as hustling where we grew up, she couldn't continue to allow me to be in her life. And her brother had to make a choice. Just so happened, my cousin, who I idolized, would end up losing his life about 2 or 3 months later, doing the very thing I was doing that she taught me how to do. That same Black Christian woman would later on invite me to attend her church, something that I was very much not into. And it wasn't a person in there that didn't show me love and consideration. And so I met so many people, but one was a woman by the name of Sister Ruth Miller. The first time she saw me in my life, I'm 18 years old. She says, "How you doing, my mighty man of valor?" I'm looking at this woman like, what? Who she? What? And she had known my wife since my wife was a baby. And she ended up calling my wife Sister Doug. Now, she didn't know her since she was a baby. She met me at 18. We get married when I was 20, and my wife's name became Sister Doug. Long story short, whether it was my grandmother, my wife's grandmother, Sister Ruth Miller, whoever, I've met countless Black Christian women who have done nothing but pour positivity in my life. Some of them in the chat. Shout out to Michelle Turner. Shout out to D New. So I've never met these sisters in person, but I know for a fact when I had my back up against the wall in a particular way, they had my back. And so all I can say when I hear this, and when I see my man Hercules saying Shakka AHMOSE was kind of on point, it make me question certain things about, like I'm not even advocating for nobody to convert to Christianity. This ain't even what that's about. This is just about the misinformation he gave. He said black women weren't as educated as they claim to be. But black women don't claim to be educated. The facts say that they are amongst the most educated. When we talk about black Christian women, like, bro, I can't find a woman that's more supportive, that give black men more grace when he fall, when he fail, than black Christian women. If we just simply talking about having a brother back, who more loyal than a black Christian woman? I'm just like, help me out. But take my personal stuff out of it. We're gonna take my personal stuff out of it because, you know, this ain't about my personal story. This is about what the numbers say. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. But before we get into the numbers, let's look at some of what this brother had to say. And, you know, we'll stop it when it comes to some, you know, to some certain points. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself, so y'all don't think I'm just bloviating or I'm just in my bag for no reason. Let's look at what the brother had to say, and then we'll come back. Let me share my screen right quick. And yeah, let me know if y'all have any issues hearing it. And
I mean, women have their own shit that they have to overcome and deal with. I've done whole presentations on that. But now, go back to your phone, because I want you to ask your phone another question. Watch this. And this is why I say that black women are the Frankenstein of the black community. Oh, damn. Go ahead. What is it? What's the question? You have to ask it just like this. First, I'm going to say the whole thing, then I'm going to say it again slowly. If close to 80% of African Americans are Christian, what is the male to female ratio between African Americans and Christianity? Which outnumbers which? Are there more black Christian female African Americans, or are there more black male Christian African Americans? Yeah, hold it to the mic.
Research consistently shows that there are more black Christian women than black Christian men. This is a pattern that holds true across many Christian denominations, but the gender gap is particularly wide within historically black Protestant churches.
Back to the church. Hold on, did you hear what it said? Yeah. What did it say? It said statistics show that black women, it showed African American females outnumber. It said African American female Christians outnumber black male Christians, and then it also said, look how it followed it up. It said this is true across most Christian communities, but then it said, but it is particularly wide within the African American community, which means that the disparateness between the percentages in the African American community is so huge that African American male Christians are so outnumbered by African American female Christians that it's insane. What does that mean? It means you have a religiously female religiously dominated community, and it's a problem if it is a colonial religion, which means that black women are the white colonialists in the black community by virtue of their reliance on the Bible and Christianity. They are the principal agent of our destruction.
Now, what the hell is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? Hey, man, I'm so embarrassed that I used to think that this cat was smart. Hey, D-New, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know what Christian woman he saw and tried to holler at, or thought he could holler at her and then later on get a daughter. Let me stop. I don't know what he was doing, but black women or the essentially what he said is black Christian women are now the white oppressor. What is he talking about? I'm like this cat, but hey, let me finish playing.
It's not white people. It's black women. Damn. It's black women. Black women are the principal agent of our destruction in the black community by virtue of the church. And they tell you that they're Christians. Never. Why would you believe? First of all, if you come out of an institution that's based on a lie, the first thing that I, as a thinking person, have to conclude is that means that you have been trained, taught, and groomed to lie without you even knowing it. So you've been taught to lie without knowing that you're lying. Not only are you dangerous to me, hold on. Not only are you dangerous to me, but you're dangerous to yourself. And you're twice the danger to your children. Why? Because you're going to inculcate that in them. You're going to indoctrinate that in them by what? Taking them to church, introducing them to the Bible, introducing them to Jesus. Right?
When they truly know that there has never been a
No,
Jesus.
it's not that they don't know. The thing is this: the majority of African Americans are systemically undereducated. It's just a fact. That's a fact of life. Okay? Black women love to brag about. Let me show you a strange dichotomy. Black women love to brag about being the fastest rising educated group in America. Yet, you overwhelmingly disproportionately fill the houses of ignorance throughout the country, which are the churches. You're a white man's wet dream, so you should be dating white men. You should be dating white men. Absolutely. You should be dating white men. Because black woman is the white man's principal agent. I mean, I did a whole breakdown on intersectionality and what it's really all about.
So he's saying black women are the white man's principal agent based on them being Christians. Now, this is the problem when we have ignorant people who try to correlate Christianity with white supremacy. When we have ignorant people, whether they really are like literally ignorant, as in they don't know and they just regurgitating stuff that they didn't heard, or they actually just know the truth and they attempting to scam people. Because if you got common sense, let's just do a common sense exercise, right? If Christianity is part and parcel of white supremacy, then how did you have, because nobody ever answered this question, and I really need an answer. If Christianity, the faith, the spiritual tradition, the religion, whatever you want to dub it, if it's part and parcel of white supremacy, why didn't the abolitionist and the enslaver agree? Because both of them claim to be Christians. So they should have agreed on our ancestors' enslavement or our ancestors' liberation. But they vehemently disagreed. Yet they both claim to be Christians. If Christianity, what they claim to believe, was part and parcel to white supremacy, they both would have thought they should keep their foot on our ancestors' neck. But one wanted to keep them in chains and the other risked life and limb to see them liberated. So it couldn't have been the religion. It must have been a people situation. But we so weird, and we can't draw a line of demarcation between a religious belief and the people who claim to believe said belief. So this dude gets up here in this blouse and starts talking this nonsense. But let's continue, because essentially what he's saying is Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, was agents of the white man? Or he only talking about modern? I guess he only talking about modern black women then, maybe. But we're gonna get to that too.
Quite a few years ago, but the reality of it is the black woman sees the white male as her true counterpart from a power perspective. Power and money. Yeah, because it's just, if you understand hypergamy, you would understand why she sees that. She can't. It's only natural for her to see that. So I don't hold it against her. And the ultimate expression of that is Candace Owens. Candace Owens is the ultimate expression of that. She sees the white male as her natural counterpart because she sees herself as a powerful being. So all the sisters who have an opposite view to Candace Owens, right? They don't exist. It's just women, black women who think like Candace Owens. All the black Christian women, successful, educated black Christian women who oppose the way Candace Owens think, don't mean nothing. Just Candace Owens is the standard, according to the dude in the blouse. All right, let's continue. Powerful being must be betrothed to another powerful being. See, that's only expressed in the black community when it comes to money. So hypergamous black women will look at a man who's her superior financially. A black woman in America don't give a damn if you're her superior intellectually. She don't give a damn about that. She don't give a damn about that. Because she understands that intellect doesn't necessarily equate to wealth. It doesn't. Then what did we agree on earlier? Some of the dumbest, stupidest, ignorant people in the world are billionaires. It's a fact. They're hugely wealthy and they're dumb. So, back to what I was saying, now that you've seen the data and the stats, the African American community is 80%.
Hey, real quick, did anybody see any data or any stats? Because maybe I missed it. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time, I got a GED. So your brother is a little slow. Did anybody see any data or any stats? Because he just said, now that you see the data and the stats, and I'm like, did I miss the data and the stats? I hear you talking, I hear you bloviating, but I ain't seen no data and no stats. But let's go.
Christian, right? I didn't know that. You saw the psychological studies that said there's a 20% IQ difference between non-religious people versus religious people. So that means 20% of the African American community is left to a high IQ status, while 80% is more or less below 85, minus or south of 85 point, an 85 IQ point, with a 15% deviation, which is really scary, because what's 15 below 85? 70. 70. Right? Which means that you got to deal out here with motherfuckers that have an IQ of fucking 70. The average black person you see walking down the street got an IQ of about 70, 65. That's the truth.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working.
And then you're going to think you got someone like me? I know what my IQ is.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. I know you wouldn't believe it, but I'm not telling you.
Why would you think
Trust
I would
me, you wouldn't believe it? Because I couldn't believe it. When I saw yeah, I know what my IQ is, and it makes perfect sense to me why most people don't understand me. It'd be impossible for you to understand me. It would literally be impossible for you to understand me. All you can do is judge me from your limited scope of narrow understanding about life and facts and truth, or which you have very little of.
So the brother, hey, this cat is funny to me. So now he insinuating that he has a high IQ. But what about this brother? Do we see that's indicative of him not showing his high IQ if he actually had one? I'm just asking y'all, listen, if this brother IQ was as high as he claims it is, as he's insinuating it is, what about him that we've seen would be indicative of him not showing it? I'm just asking y'all opinion. We just talking. Let's go.
Mostly what you have is black people confuse dogma with truth, right? They don't know the difference between dogma and truth, right? What they have is dogma, and they have fidelity to their dogma. So when black people talk about faith, they're talking about fidelity to their dogma, right? When they talk about Christianity, they're talking about, what they're really talking about is, you know how they accuse people of idolatry? Well, what they practice is actually a form of idolatry. It's called Bibolatry. Excuse me. Bibolatry is worship of the Bible. So basically, they're in a book cult. They're in a book worshiping cult. They worship their book.
Let's go in front of your building.
All right, so take that. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. All right, so there seems to be, so out of this African American community, where 72% of them are Christians, right? It's close to 80%, okay? Okay, it says 70%. You want to say 70, right? If 70%, almost 3/4 of African American, that leaves a quarter of us that ain't. Consider that. A quarter of African Americans are not Christians. All other African Americans are Christian, right? Out of that all other, the majority of those Christians are black women. This is the underlying thematic problem in the black community. It is not Donald Trump. It is not the Christian right or white. It is not. It's not rap music. It's none of that. Right? I'll tell you what it is.
So Donald Trump, trap music, all the issues in the black community, right? All the issues in the black community. And my man is saying black Christian women are the underlying problem. Y'all with me so far? Like I'm just blown away by the stupidity of the stuff coming out of my man's mouth. But let's let him keep talking for a second, because I can only hear so much foolishness before I have to, But
what it is the main problem in the black community is pastor worship. These black women worship these pastors. They're not going. They worship these male pastors. They worship these black male pastors that they produced, that they socialized. Think about it. Who do you think raised these black male pastors? Ask Tyler Perry. Medea raised all of them. All of them. So you get to go to church.
So the fictional character, Medea, raised all the black pastors. I'm gonna ask y'all, what the hell is he talking about? I'm just, come on, man. Come on, brother.
Every Sunday and see the stellar archetype that you created. It's like when you're little and your mother's fixing your tie and she's breathing your face and putting lotion on. She's giving you her little Barack Obama. She's giving you her little, this is her sunum bonum of your, what do they call it? Your Sunday best, right? So they're always going to equate that best with Sunday with you. You're at your best on Sunday in church, in their minds.
You got the video of that part.
Okay? You understand what I'm saying to you? Mm-hmm. So this is really what it is. They worship the pastors. Now, if the pastor community knows that they are worshipped by the black female congregation, who do you think they're going to come and let upset that? Not only that, if the majority of these Christians sitting in the churches are black women, where do you think these pastors are getting these money from for these Lear jets and
from the women?
From the women. Mm-hmm. It's the pimpiest pimp game that's ever been pimped. Mm-hmm. Period. Period. There's a deeper game involved.
So he just talking about the mega pastor type cats that legit is a problem. And if he literally focused on them and them being a problem, then we could have a conversation. But you said black Christian women are cancerous to black men. And I'm still waiting for him to hit this home. Again, I don't have a problem with nobody. Like, pastors asking for jets and all that kind of crazy stuff. Look, that's all good. That's all good. But you said Black Christian women are cancerous to Black men, and I ain't heard nothing indicative of that yet.
Which I don't want to go too much deep into because y'all really don't understand what this is about. And there's not going to be one average-brained, low IQ Black woman. Oh, you know what I actually call them? I have a term for them. It's the 4 Bs. I actually use it. I call them Black Bible Belt brain believers. That's what I call them.
Hey, y'all see how dude be making stuff up on the fly and then saying that's what he called it, like he been came up with this stuff, and then he makes something up on the fly. Black Bible Belt brain, like what? Man, and cats take this dude serious. They take my man, like the mascara, the blouse, all of that. Hey man, do what you do. Like I ain't judging that. Hey man, hey, if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. But I'm talking about what's coming out your mouth. How people take this serious?
Black Bible Belt brain believers.
Black Bible Belt brain believers. That ain't 3 B's. Ain't that 4? Black Bible Belt brain believers. That's 5 B. Black Bible Belt brain believers. That's 5 B's. He said 3 B's. And he was talking about math and numbers earlier. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, that's what I call them. Black Bible Belt brain believers. In fact, when you look at the women who came for Toni Braxton for saying what she said about the Bible being written by racist white men.
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Because I'm saved. And I read the word.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Toni Braxton said the Bible was written by a bunch of racist white men. Now, we ain't gonna get into why that's weird, but he didn't like the reaction Toni Braxton got from people online. And a lot of it was...
I started Tai Chi at 50.
Fugazi.
Now I'm 68.
Because people do be getting out of pocket with the way they respond to people. People get out of pocket with the way they respond to people who don't share their belief. So I ain't mad at somebody, you know, getting in their body about how she got responded to by some believers. Hey, the noise is in the video, bro. That's the background of the video. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Or sis, whoever you are, nigga. You say, my man say it was written by racist whites. The Bible was written by racist whites? The Bible was written by whites? And nah, I ain't saying they was black. I'm just asking, you saying they was white? I got you. Hey, we can talk about that. I'm gonna open up the panel, and you can bring that up here. It's all good. Yeah, hey, Lone Wolf and Cub, you hit it on the head. If somebody said rewritten, then I'm, you know what I'm gonna say. But written, that's kind of weird. And people be talking about how astute they are historically, and then you say the Bible was written by white people. Now, if you said rewritten, ain't nothing I can really say. But written originally by somebody that you would categorize as white, that's kind of weird. But
Get focused, brother. So you
These
don't forget what to say, man.
Dude, the worst thing in the world is having somebody less studied than yourself trying to re-explain what you said. You know how many people come to my channel and say, hey, Shakka.
Hey, I agree with what he just said. I agree with what he just said right there.
remember when you said, da-da-da-da?" I'm like, I may have said something, but whatever you heard at your level of hearing, because I didn't say what you just said. So how you gonna come along and try to explain what I said to somebody else when you yourself don't even understand what I said? Because if you understood what I said, you would have said it before I said it, because you would have known it. This is the problem. The problem in the black community, really, the black community has a number of problems, but one of the main problems amongst the black men, now let's talk about the men. And this is where the black pastors are directly guilty. The black male pastors. The black men are guilty in that they all have a messiah complex. Everybody wants to be the one. I'm the one. I'm the one you need to listen to. I'm the one you need to go to.
Dr. Umar is the number one who thinks like that.
I'm not saying that there is no one. The problem is that all the other ones who think they're the one, they're not the one. They're not the one. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about.
I wonder if he think he the one. So listen, y'all see the title. The title says the black Christian woman in America is cancerous to black men. That's his whole point, right? But I can't really continue to listen to the dude. Like it's bad enough. And shout out to everybody out there with a speech impediment. You know, I got a speech impediment too. It's called country grammar. I'm from St. Louis. Shout out to Nelly and the Lunatics. I got country grammar. So a lot of people be like, "What you say? What you mean over there?" I'll be like, "You heard what I said over there." But my speech impediment and his speech impediment is different. My man got the lisp and he stuck. He got a double issue. So it's already hard. But then when you talking nonsense, it get even harder. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get into some information. And I want y'all to let me know if y'all agree that the black Christian woman is cancerous to black men. Straight like that. Like we ain't gotta, you know, like it's because, yeah, nah, man, we can't do that. It's a little weird, my G. So let's see what actual numbers and facts say about this situation. You know what I'm saying? And we can get into it a little bit. Let me see. Is my joint messed up? Hold up. All right, we'll do it like that. Make sure y'all can see the whole joint. Full screen layout. Pillars of Faith is what this presentation is called. The positive impact of black Christian women on black men. Introduction, purpose. I'm highlighting the historical, spiritual, social, and personal influence of black Christian women on black men. The thesis, black Christian women have been spiritual anchors, moral guides, cultural preservers, and strategic partners to black men. I don't think that's cancerous. What's the historical overview? The enslavement era, Sojourner Truth, Jarena Lee Faith, abolitionist activism during Reconstruction to Jim Crow. Black women sustained churches and provided literacy programs, right? The Civil Rights era, Coretta Scott King, Juanita Abernathy organized boycotts and voter drives. Considering how far we've come, despite what issues you think we may have, I don't think that would be considered cancerous. The church is as a refuge and a launch pad, spiritual shelter and healing spaces for Black men. Women's missionary circles raise funds for legal defense, introduce many Black men to ministry and leadership. That sound real cancerous to me. Moral and emotional support. Pew Research, this is from 2021, 78% of African Americans attending church weekly are women. I think the brother said the same thing. What does this lead to, though? Encouragement from those women correlates with lower stress and high resilience in men. Prayer, mentorship, and moral correction influence men's decision-making. That sound like cancer to y'all? Education and mentorship. Sunday schools taught literacy to Black boys during segregation. Women guided young men in scholarships and community service. Mary McLeod Bethune had a faith-driven education reform program. Cancer? What about partnership and marriage? Marriages rooted in Christian principles produce strong family units. Mutual respect and love create a secure base for a man's ambitions. Married Black men with religious spouses report higher life satisfaction. And don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all my references at the end of the joint. So don't worry. I'm all about sourcing up. Advocacy and community leadership. Women fight for justice in cases of wrongful incarceration. That would be for Black men. Church auxiliaries lobby for fair housing and prison reform. An example, the mothers of the movement advocating for their sons. That sound cancerous, don't it? And for those who don't know, that's my attempt at sarcasm. But I hope y'all still with me. Countering the narrative. What's the stereotype? Shakka AHMOSE claims Black Christian women are cancerous to Black men. What is the reality? They are allies, protectors, healers, and advocates in every era of our existence in this country. Their influence is documented, measurable, and enduring. Education, because he said Black women love to brag about their education. Black women ain't bragging about their education. Their education speak for itself. Within Black communities, Black Christian women are the most educated and play central roles in leadership and caregiving roles, both formal and informal. That amplifies educational returns in the Black family and Black community as a whole. Mechanisms linking Black Christian women's education to positive outcomes for Black men include economic support, social capital and networks, health and mental health buffering, parenting and role modeling, and faith-based mentorship. Education continued. Church involvement combined with education enhances coping resources and community-based health promotion, which can lower stress and partners and children. Churches and faith-based organizations run by educated Black women host mentorship, job training, and youth development programs, interventions shown to improve employment and school outcomes for young men. I don't know, y'all. That don't really sound cancerous. It provides strong quantitative evidence of positive spillovers to Black males. What's the conclusion? Black Christian women are vital to Black men's spiritual growth, social mobility, and emotional resilience. They are a cornerstone in the survival and progress of the Black community. What we talking about? Like, I don't feel like you gotta be a Christian to understand this. I'm not up here telling you give your life to Christ. That's up to you. I'm simply giving you facts. You feel me? Like, you ain't gotta be a Christian. You ain't even gotta want to be a Christian to understand what the facts is. Now, if you up here, if you got some kind of animus towards Christianity and you all in your feelings about it, I get that you might be in denial, but these are facts. Like, I ain't pulling nothing out my butt. Like my man said, not that you've seen the statistics. Without giving no statistics, I got you. I got you. Where are my references? Pew Research Center, 2021, Faith Among African Americans. The Journal of African American Study, volume 24. This was in 2020. Higginbotham, Righteous Discontent, 1993. Lincoln and Maya. I sound like Shakka AHMOSE. This was from 1990. The Black Church in the African American Experience. E. Alexander, this is 2012. The Women in the Movement. The U.S. Census Bureau Educational Attainment Data. This is a 2022 release. The JBHE Higher Education Analysis. Young Black women are significantly outpacing Black men. 2024. Educational attainment better protects African American women. This is a PMC article on mental health protective effects. Please pause these pages so y'all can get this and look this information up for yourself. So y'all know I ain't just saying, look at this, now that you got the statistics, without giving you statistics. So you can pause these 2 pages, get your information, and check it out for yourself. That's the first one. I'm gonna hold it there. Because like, I mean, it's kind of weird to say Black Christian women in particular are cancerous to Black men. I'm bugged out about that. But, and I'm gonna hold this one. So if you don't believe me, check it out for yourself, and you can come up and challenge me and we can get to it. But that being said, let me unshare my screen. Nope, I gotta bring it back. I forgot. StreamYard is kind of weird. Hold up. StreamYard be weird sometimes. When you had a full screen layout and you get rid of it, it keep you on the full screen for some reason. But yeah, I'm kind of messed up. Like, and again, I'm stressing this because I know people get in their feelings when it comes to religion. I get that. I'm fully aware of that. That's why I said I'm not up here trying to advocate for you to become a Christian. That is a personal situation. I'm just saying, whether you're a Christian or not, respect the facts. Put some respect on the women who are making positive impacts on Black men. Like, it ain't hard to do. But just so we understand, because I named a few Black women, a couple Black women, right? Like, I think I said Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Coretta Scott, and they ancestors now. So I get, people might say, well, what about modern Black women? So let's talk about Priscilla Shirer. That's SHIRER. Bible teacher, author, and speaker, providing spiritual guidance and mentorship to, amongst others, young Black men. Dr. Bernice A. King, minister and CEO of the King Center, advancing nonviolence and social justice. CeCe Winans, y'all know who that is, gospel singer and mentor, using music to uplift and inspire. Cheryl Jackson, founder of Minnie's Food Pantry, addressing food insecurity through faith-driven service. Jackie Hill Perry, Christian author, speaker, and poet, guiding young believers through biblical truth. Tasha Combs Leonard, gospel artist, ministering healing and hope through worship. Dr. Anita Phillips, faith-based trauma therapist, integrating mental health and spirituality. Like what we talking about? Heather Lindsay, pastor and founder of the Pinky Promise movement, empowering women and strengthening Black families. Black families have Black men in them. I'm just like, what we talking about? Tracy Blackman, pastor and social justice leader, advocating for racial and economical equality. Now, if she advocating for racial and economic equity and equality, would that not include Black men? I'm just trying to figure it out, but let's count the ways. How does this benefit Black men? Spiritual mentorship, strengthening faith and character, community empowerment, creating opportunities through education, food programs, and mentoring. Cultural influence, promoting dignity, excellence, and faith in public platforms. Advocacy, fighting for social justice, economic equity, and family support systems. Emotional and mental wellness, providing counseling, worshiping, and resource for healing. Again, talk Black to me, Shakka AHMOSE. What is we talking about? Modern Christian women are extending the legacy of their foremothers. They continue to shape a better spiritual, social, and cultural reality for Black men. Supporting their work means strengthening the very fabric of the Black community. I don't know what dude's talking about. Somebody help me understand what dude's talking about. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Maybe y'all can help me out with this. You see, I'm not here to disrespect the brother. I'm just trying to figure out what's what. He the one sound like an agent for the white man trying to come against Black women who actually making a positive impact in the lives of Black men. If anybody sound like an agent for the white man, it sound like him, because it sound like he trying to turn brothers against sisters. I don't think Black women the problem. I think niggas like him is the problem. I'm just saying. Anytime you get up on a public platform the size of Sarnetta's and you let the foolishness come out your mouth like you did, saying that Black Christian women are cancerous to Black men, the biggest problem in the Black community is Black Christian women. You the problem. You the agent. What's up, bro? Unmute your mic, bro.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I think I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, we'll come out and come back.
Yeah, hey, listen. I think Shakka AHMOSE is an agent for the white man. He say Black women are an agent for the white man. I think he an agent for the white man. My brother Jose, what's up with you, bro?
What's up, DMG? You know I don't like you right now, right?
That's fine.
And you want me to tell you why? Because I was
ahead.
ready. I told myself I was ready to go in on Christianity. Then you came with this beautiful, wonderful presentation. I told myself I was going to see all is wrong with Christianity. Then you started talking about your wife and the beautiful Black woman. And I said, if I come in here and go off on Christianity, I'm going to look bad. I'm going to look real bad if I do that.
Don't worry about how you're going to look, bro. Speak your speech.
I just had a bad experience with Christianity. and it turned me off.
And I'm sorry that happened, bro.
But I'm glad you did the presentation because now it makes me understand what led you into the faith. So I can understand where you're coming from, and I'm gonna always respect that. So when it comes to your platform, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Christianity out of respect for you.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate you, brother. But understand, hey, Jose, I do want you to understand this is a platform where you can speak your mind. If you feel a way about Christianity, you can feel free to say that, because the beautiful thing about my experience and me being on the other side is I understand where you're coming from. So if you got something to say, don't worry about offending me, brother. You know, if I got to push back on something, I'm gonna push back. But if you're doing a presentation, I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna let you speak your speech.
I just realized I saw a lot of hypocrisy in church, and people that are supposed to help you didn't do that. And you know, a lot of these pastors are not good representation of what they're supposed to do. And to me, a lot of Christians don't read the book properly to understand what they're supposed to be teaching you. They read 4 books every Sunday, and if a pastor make up a sentence, they wouldn't even know.
Understood. But let me ask you this. Because I know me and you didn't talk about this before, and we probably gonna talk about it again. What do you think of the misinformation Shakka AHMOSE put out about Black Christian women being cancerous to Black men?
I'm gonna say this. I started to watch the presentation, and the language and the attitude that he had, I had to stop watching the presentation because I don't like the talking down to Black people all the time, because we're all stupid and we can't really understand it of what it is going on in the world. That I don't like. I'm not for that. Because I might not be the best, but I don't come on your platform and talk something that I don't know. I don't just talk. I normally bring forth some sort of text and try to sound coherent. And I hope I'm doing a good job at that. So I don't
You have been. You have been. And you know you're welcome anytime, bro. Let me get to Zion Warchild. What's up, Warchild?
I think this is so timely, you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate this discussion. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that video with Shakka AHMOSE. However, I've been watching a lot of things going on with the negative connotations toward, you know what I'm saying, Black Christian women. And at one point, you know what I'm saying, I held some of those ideals until I realized it's not the Christianity. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that happen to, so watch this. The longest relationship that I've ever witnessed, you know what I'm saying, in my life was my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandfather just passed away in March, you know what I'm saying, Bishop Joseph Walter Usry. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother is 95, at the same age that he just passed at. They were the same age. They stayed married together since they were 20. I'm talking about 70 years of commitment. You know what I'm saying? And the commitment that she showed and support that she showed to her husband all of those years. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about she got money laid up for the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Where my grandfather built his church and built the house and did all of that stuff, built his little busing company and his ice cream truck company and did all of that work. My grandmother was the one who was making sure that there was an inheritance. And on top of that, let me just say, the women in my family, you know, are chaste. When I say chaste, I mean it. You know what I'm saying? That I was chaste. I didn't do the damn thing until I turned 21, because the women instilled in me, the mothers of the church instilled in me a sense of prioritizing my purity and not trying to, you know, gaslight me into being arrogant or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying, making sure that I made the right choices with the type of women and with my body. You understand what I'm saying? So I listen, these cats, when it comes to, like, you know, cats like Shakka AHMOSE, and his mama was around, maybe he had some biases, personal biases. Like Jose just said, he has his own personal biases based on his experience. And that's okay. At least he acknowledged that it was his experience, not everyone else's. You know what I'm saying? That makes him have, you know, a certain sense towards Christianity or women in Christianity. But I would say this, you know, if it wasn't for the mothers in the church, in the you know what I'm saying, in the you know, oh man, the strong presence of strong Black women. And I'm not saying that everyone was perfect, but there was a quality of commitment that I experienced with Black Christian women, you know what I'm saying, growing up, that I don't see today. And one of the things that we have to acknowledge too, and I'm gonna land my plane here, you know what I'm saying, even Richard Dawkins, for all y'all atheists out there, he literally just in 2004 decided that he no longer go against his Christian cultural ideologies, because the further we get away from traditional values, the worse things get for us as human beings. Well, people are no longer reproducing. Strong families are not here. You know what I'm saying? You got these dudes over here with freaking daggone pigtails and freaking daggone, you know what I'm saying, eyeliner, talking about get out of here, nigga.
Wearing blouses and whatnot. But look, hey, Zion, I'm gonna come back around to you. Let me get to my man Nobody Cares right quick.
All right.
What's up with it, DMG? Can you hear me?
You got it, bro. What's up with you?
Shouts out to everybody on the panel. What's up, Warshire? What's up, BK Apologist, Jose, and everybody. Man,
hey, nobody. You ain't hear me say no curse word, did you?
No, not that I can remember.
All right, man, because I gotta make sure I keep it clean, man. I got, my peoples is watching, and I gotta keep it clean. I have to make sure. All right, go ahead.
Man, people like Shakka AHMOSE, man, they don't even know what a Christian is, let alone what a Black Christian woman is, man. As you know, DMG, I'm married to a Christian. You married to a Christian. We 20 plus years in this thing, man. My grand aunties and uncles and grandparents and all that, everybody been together 30, 40, 50 years, man. Everybody know who Big Mama is. Everybody can remember leaving church, coming over Big Mama house, eating up all the food that she cooked. All the cousins can come sleep over her house, spend the night, all that good stuff, man. Name another group of Black women collectively that has done more for the Black community than a Black Christian woman. Name the group. There ain't no group. So, like, what is people like Shakka talking about? When you bringing up people like T.D. Jakes and all these TBN pastors asking for jets and cars, and that ain't Christianity, bro. That's a hustle. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. First, open the Bible and read it first. It's a bunch of scriptures in the Bible that tell women how they should act as women of God. Don't go find nobody just because they in the church, but they not living by the principles of what the Bible say, and then build your whole presentation off of that. Because even us as Christians, we debate, go against, rebuke, call out all the fake people in the church, let alone the women that's in the church. So how can you take those type of women, put them on us, and then try to act like those are the people who represent the church or represent Christianity? Not only that, DMG, you heard me say this 100 times on the show, man. You can't name one institution who's done more for Black people than the Black church, than the Christian church, period. Let alone the women. And we can go back as far as you want to go, all the way to 2025. Now that the church has been, infiltrated the way that it has been up until modern days, you don't even see half the stuff that was going on in the past that the Black women was doing it today because of all this other stuff that they are influenced by. They're not influenced by the Bible. They're not influenced by treating their, husbands and men the way they want to. Y'all getting online, looking at all these TikTok stars, these women who saying, I want a man to make this much money, this much money a year, and I want a man to have this and have that. That ain't Christianity, bro. Them ain't no real Black Christian women. Real Black Christian women will hold you down. Real Black Christian women, they get in there, cook, clean. They raise the kids properly. They teach modesty. Y'all seeing all these people
working 8 to 10 hours a day.
Come on, man. They in here fixing clothes. I mean, buying clothes and shoes. School just started back today. My wife was in the house last night doing my hair, doing my son hair, doing my daughter's hair. She stayed up for almost 2 days just doing her, getting clothes ready, going out on tax-free weekend, buying clothes, making sure everybody look good and look right while cooking and cleaning and all this stuff at the same time. What are y'all talking about? Just because you haven't came across that type of woman, that's on you. But then let's look at the type of women that you do go out with or you do hang out with. Where is your wife at right now, Shaka? A dude that's almost 60 years old, no wife. I don't know if he got kids, but if he do, maybe he ain't in their life. What are you talking about? Present yourself as a stand-up type of man to even meet a stand-up black Christian woman before you try to get out here and get anybody, bro. Like, what's wrong with you dudes, man? But anyway, I'm at work, bro, so I'm gonna just land my plane right there. Shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, this is a special treat on Paradigm Shift TV 314. I'm going to hit this button and then we give you the one and only BK Apologies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Big bro BK, what's up, bro?
Peace, D. Peace to the chat. Peace to the panel. So this is a great teaching moment in how not to derail the conversation you actually want to have, right? Because Shaka wants to talk about how Christianity is a detriment to the black community, full stop, right? That's a conversation worth having, but not how he's going about doing it, though, right? Because when you speak about the black Christian woman being a cancer, what I don't think he's factored in is that these black Christian women have other titles as well. That they have titles such as wife, mother, grandma, niece, sister, cousin, and we have great admiration and respect for these black Christian women. So when you say that, right, it's hard for us not to take that personal, because DMG's wife is a black Christian woman. My wife is a black Christian woman. So you're saying my wife is a cancer? How am I supposed to feel about that? You know what I mean? And it's like with DMG, I remember when he was on the other side of town, when he was, a committed practitioner, when he was Pianki, right? His wife didn't love him less when that happened. She held him down regardless.
Facts.
Kept praying for him.
Come on and preach.
You know what I mean? So it's like, she's a cancer. My wife 100% backs up what I do. When I first jumped into the whole YouTube thing, she was with it. When I had to buy more equipment, there was never any pushback. It's like, let's figure it out. Let's set you up to win. My wife is a cancer. Your sister is a cancer. Your auntie is a cancer. So now the conversation isn't whether or not Christianity is detrimental. The conversation is, why are you disrespecting our women? That's the conversation. That's the conversation. And here's another thing. These black Christian women are loved by men who are not necessarily Christians.
Right.
Right? And even though they might disagree with their worldview, they also disagree with you calling them a cancer. So they don't have the same standard we have. So if they approach you, Shaka, they might have a different energy than we would have with you. And that's something now you got to deal with. And again, I don't think he thought it through. I really don't think he thought it through. Because these other men, Jesus is not Lord of their life, but they love those women, and you just disrespected those women. How do you think they might respond? So it's just something that, when we're having these conversations, when you're forming arguments, you really got to be thoughtful in what you're saying, because, and I think with Shaka, I think he was just trying to have like tough talk with the black community, and it went completely left. It didn't work. What he was trying to accomplish didn't work. And now the temperature changed, and now it's going to be a different conversation. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, Orthodox Moore, I apologize, brother, but this is a special treat as well, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta put the ISO on this brother. Brother, what did you think of the presentation? What you think of the show? All of that, et cetera, et cetera. Let us have it.
Well, one, I 100% appreciate the presentation. I appreciate you you dealing with this topic. I'm gonna say this as a Muslim or whatnot, right? Like, so first and foremost, the whole reason why I even rock with this channel at all is your message of like uniformity without unity, or unity without uniformity, right? Like, so I say something similar, like in terms of like black solidarity and whatnot, right? And to me personally, like if you're going to be in black spaces and you're talking about anything other than black solidarity and whatnot, again, or the concept of unity without uniformity, you are the cancer. You are the cancer. Because we can document coming off the slave ships that we had Muslims, that we had Christians. One more time, I came here to address this part right here, right? Like, so my man specifically said that they were an agent of colonialism. An agent of colonial. What are you talking? First and foremost, fam, like we can document as a Muslim. I can tell you within West African sources, we can document Muslim sources. We can document Christian kingdoms in West Africa prior to colonialism. The Christian kingdom of Takrur prior to colonialism. We had Christianity that was running kingdoms, fam, running kingdoms. So we can document them coming off the slave ship, Muslims coming off the slave ship. We can document people having African spiritual traditions coming off the slave ship, right? So acting like anybody doing any of that and trying to preserve any of that tradition is a cancer is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And if we can't have a grown-up conversation about like how we can all preserve this stuff together, even I want to help you preserve yourself, Shakka, even though it's not my tradition, right? Like we should be able to have a grown-up conversation about like how can we do this and operate together in this space that we're in now, in the United States right now as a group of people, whatnot. We're the only thing that unifies us is the fact that we came off the slave ship together. We have different belief systems and whatnot, right? I'm not going to say because somebody has a Kemetic belief system that they're a cancer. I'm not going to say that somebody has an Israelite belief system that they're a cancer. It all has to do with how they interact with each other, fam. And so this whole like trying to pit people versus against each other is crazy. In the sense that you are the cancer now, fam, because you can't recognize that we came off the slave ship practicing different things. Absolutely crazy. And I'll say this right here. All the strong black women in my family were very much church-going women in terms of like connected to the institution. That institution also had them connected to politics and all kind of stuff, right? The women that fell off in my family were ones that fell away from the institution, right? So if that's the cancer, Shakka, what are you proposing as the alternative to the institution? Well, you want them to fall off and to go into nothingness, fam? That's isfet. That's not ma'at, fam. You want them to go into chaos? Where's the structure in that? Where's the justice in that, fam? It doesn't make any sense, even amongst your own belief system, fam. So come on now, fam. Let's stop playing. Let's stop acting like you didn't have strong black women in your lineage somewhere, fam. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here.
That's facts. That's facts, my brother. And that's the first of all, round of applause for Orthodox Moore. And that's the thing, bro. So he did say they reading the Bible, and the Bible is a book of lies. Cool. If that's what he believed, that's cool. Then he said they should read the Middle Nature. And I'm glad my brother Jose on here. My brother Jose. If you feel like I'm putting you on the spot, you don't have to respond.
All right, talk to me.
Can you give me a particular spell, a particular idiom, anything from the Middle Nature that strictly uplifts black women?
Well, I couldn't specifically say so, but I could say that African culture does definitely uplift black women. And we know in Kemet, the woman was the bloodline that actually was dealing with the man in power. So if you were not a child of the Hemet Nesut Beret, which means the great wife of the king, you would not be able to rule legitimately. And they talk about how these men talk about they love their wives, they build lakes, rivers, all kind of things, and all kind of monuments to their wives. So we know that they disrespect a black woman nowhere in Africa. Some of the
Exactly.
greatest
So
in Africa, black women who stood up against, unfortunately, DMG, some Christian forces that wasn't the best. They stood up against, in Canada, they stood up against anything that was not Ma'at. It doesn't have to be Christian. If you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, something would happen to you. So there was no impartiality when they say, if you're not in Ma'at, we're going to have to get you in Ma'at by any means necessary. When you read the text will tell you that. So, you can't want to come and represent a system that is impartial when it comes to being out of whack and then say things that people would consider out of whack. And this is where the problem lies. Everybody can't speak for me, and I'm sure everybody can't speak for you. You understand? There's certain people that I respect, like Dubai, when it comes to comedic things, and people like Reggie, I respect because they're impartial when it comes to it. So, we have to understand that we can't insult people and then think that people are going to want to hear us and say that you're pro-black and insulting black people. So I'm not for that, and I don't do that. So I appreciate your presentation, bro, and I have to agree that that's not the right way to express your dissatisfaction with a particular person. You have to you have to point out where you think is wrong and show what you think is wrong, and then we have a conversation about it. So that's my take on the whole situation. That's what I want to have a conversation about what it is I think is not right, and then maybe we can come to some sort of conclusion. So that's all I have.
100%. And that's the thing, brother. And the reason I asked you if it was something that specifically uplifted black women is because my thing is when you say don't read the Bible, you should read the Metal Nature. I obviously don't have any issue with black people reading the Metal Nature. That being said, if you're saying don't read the Bible and read the Metal Nature, what are you looking for in the Metal Nature specifically? Are you looking for something that says black women or advocates for black men? Because I could find that in the Metal Nature, but I could also find that in the Bible. I don't know what it seems to me. He has a bias against the Bible, and he's an advocate for the Metal Nature, and that was his only reason for saying that. But the funny thing about it is I can be truthful and say I can find women uplifting men in the Bible, and I can find women uplifting men in the Metal Nature. My issue with Shakka AHMOSE is when you make a statement saying black women are cancerous to black men, when you say you gave statistics and you didn't give any, you are lying. When you say black women are agents for white supremacy, you are lying. And so the only conclusion I could come to is that you are the agent. Because why are you trying to turn brothers against these black women? You have an inherent bias against black Christian women. So for whatever reason, you want black men to ostracize this particular section of black women because you couldn't get them, because for whatever reason you couldn't slide next to their daughter. I ain't gonna bring up the fact that like my man got some interesting choices with regards to what he do with the daughters of women he date. So for this type of cat to get on in front of a screen and start talking about black Christian women when you literally when you literally start dating a woman who is the daughter of a woman you dated and you practically raised by your own admission, you should keep your mouth closed about Black Christian women when you a groomer. Like, what are we talking about? And this is like, what are we talking about? You opening your mouth against the women I just listed off. And you groomed the chick. I'm confused, bro. You're like, this the cat we listening to? This y'all king? Come on, man. Stop playing. Like, y'all better get some better representatives for who y'all think is the purveyors of y'all so-called knowledge. And I ain't talking about you, Jose. I'm talking about whoever listened to this clown. Because clowns wear makeup. You got the gall to open your mouth against Black Christian women? And this what type of time you on? Bruh. Any more comments before we close this thing out? Shout out to my man.
Here's what I want to do. I want to come on and I want us to go through some text, some wisdom teaching. So I can show people the value of some wisdom text in ancient times. If you would allow me to do that. Because people always ask me, what is the value? So I would like to come on and show some text to be able to show the wisdom in ancient chemists. So we don't have to have these kind of insulting conversations and go back and forth like that. Because that ain't where it's actually. So if you would allow me to come on, I would love to do that.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I can just give you one. The story of, I use this all the time, even now. I said, Black men go out into the world every day. And in my opinion, a lot of these Black men get ripped apart. And when they come home to a Black woman, that gather those parts and put them back together again, just like Aset did Asar. And just like Aset did, she was on the run from Sutek herself. And her life was in peril herself. And she still gathered that man up and put them back together. And Black women go out into the world every day and face the same challenges, possibly to a higher degree, that the Black man faced, because they're a woman. And they viewed as angry Black women. And they go out into their professional lives. And when they come home and that Black man done been ripped apart, before they even take time to care for themselves, they make sure they put him back together again. And I use that analogy to express that in modern times. And so I understand how we can take things out of the Kemetic text and use them as analogies for what we do here today. The fact that this dude can't do that with the Bible, even though he'll turn around and say there's good things in the Bible, they just stole it from other people. All right, I hear you. Then accentuate the positive and put some respect on them Black Christian women name instead of calling them a cancer, because we know what cancer do. It utterly destroys you from within. And that's what you accusing these sisters of doing. And you a clown for it. Period. Because I can acknowledge the greatness of Kemet as a nation, as a spiritual system, whether it's now or in ancient times. And I ain't got to make up no goofy narrative about the women who practice it. My sister Mignette, one of the best sisters I'd have ever met in my life. Queen Mother Annie Teray, Aset Akua Kitty Haru, one of the best sisters I ever met in my life. I ain't got to make up no weak, false misinformation narrative about those sisters and sisters like them to try to get my point across when I can just keep it a buck. That's what cowards do. But when you got a man in makeup and a blouse, I guess I should expect that. But Jose, you got carte blanche, man. Just let me know when, and we'll figure that out. If I'm not available, we'll get somebody else up here to be with you. But you got carte blanche.
All right, I'm gonna look for that story that you suggested and see if I could read it for you. Right?
100%, 100%. I appreciate it, bro. War Child, what you got for me, bro? War Child, you still there? All right, Orthodox Moore, what you got for me?
So I agree with you in your sentiments of, like, if you want to critique the black church in a black space, there's ways to have that conversation, right? If you want to critique, this is what got me crazy, bro. Like, as a dude, why are you sitting there taking shots at the women? Take shots like tell me your critique about black Christian men or whatnot, right? We can have that conversation or whatnot, right?
Exactly.
We can have that conversation. But when you try to do this, like this either or fallacy, fam, you are the cancer. And shout out to platforms like this that actually give space to the conversation of unity without uniformity or black solidarity.
My man, appreciate you, bro. All right, family, it is what it is, man. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Misinformation got to be stamped out. If you're going to come with an honest critique, it can be heard, it can be respected. But when you come with misinformation, something got to be done, something got to be said. And it is what it is. And if anything I said was disrespectful, it was disrespectful in the face of disrespect. And the brother said he means to be disrespectful. So disrespect begets disrespect. So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to Big Bro Sinetta with the powerful content always. I don't take this as a reflection of him whatsoever. He can't control what come out of his guest's mouth. That's Big Bro. That's the Godfather. Always will be. That being said, you say, I guess boycotting does not get any views. I don't even know what that means. Enigma. But you know, some cats tried to boycott me, but hey, if you look at the numbers of the people who said they was boycotting me, it looked like they might be getting boycotted. So, and I'll say this again, just so we clear on things. In order to boycott, you got to be in demand. Like when our people boycotted them buses, it's because they knew that bus system needed their cash. When you see people go on strike, it's because they know their services is needed. But when people try to boycott my channel that I ain't even checking for, I don't know how that's a boycott. That's a made up narrative because ain't nobody checking for them. Like Orthodox Moore could boycott my channel because I'm actually checking for the brother. Jose could boycott my channel because I actually want to build with the brother. But if you so-called platform, you can't say you boycotting my platform because I ain't checking for you. I barely know who you is. So it is what it is. That being said, family, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, man. Put some respect on Black Christian women name. Stop playing these games. If you're gonna come with something real. Other than that, you know, you say not viewing Shakka, I hear you. Other than that, it's Paradigm Shift TV 314. Hey, we got the aftermath show, not the results, not the results. The results will not be in tomorrow, but we do have the aftermath, so you can come up, talk about who you think won the debate, what your thoughts was on the contest between A1 and Anonymous Hebrew. The aftermath results show will be later this week. That being said, y'all tune in tomorrow for the aftermath. We will be talking about what y'all thought of the big debate between A1 and Anonymous Hebrew. It was Anonymous Hebrew versus series debut. Y'all can tell us what the brother meant. What she say? Tell him to take this. Hey, I ain't gonna even read that out loud. That is hilarious. But hey, check it out. Tomorrow, 7:15 p.m. Y'all come up here and tell us what y'all thought about the debate between A1 and the Anonymous Hebrew. A1, the veteran, the master of the chin check session. Anonymous Hebrew making his versus series debut. I thought it was one of the better debates we've had. Y'all come and tell us who y'all thought took it. And hey, no blouses, y'all. No makeup for the men. Let's keep it masculine for the sisters. You dig? Till next time, y'all. We will be black at it again. It's your brother DMG, aka Brother Pianki. We will be black at it. It's Paradigm Shift TV 314, home of the Versus series. We live in 2025. That's peace.
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, I tell them it's nothing. In the discussion, got them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you all must spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Any up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty talking about, oh. I'm on that now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now.